Merry Christmas. Uh, we will continue with the series from the Gerald Shea Memorandum, where we will be reading from the Washington, D.C. division and the Special Operations Division from the Office of Investigative Technology. Not going to be a long video, it's very short, and we're near the end of the series anyway, but we still got a couple of more chapters to go, so let's get right to it. Washington, D.C. Division. On March 5th, 2001, a Richmond area ATF agent and FBI agent were solicited at their homes by two females claiming to be Israeli art students. March 12th, 2001, a Richmond, Virginia District Office special agent observed Aaron Kadem trying to open the north side entrance to the Richmond DO. And when I looked up Aaron Kadem, I really couldn't, I found this profile and he seems old enough, but it doesn't really say much. I think he's a talent acquisition partner for in Gain Tekia in Israel. He works for human resources operations at the um, human resources coordinator. Um, I think he stopped that job too. I think he did that in June of 2023. It doesn't seem that he has a current job right now. But as you can see throughout his career, really not much in the way of signals intelligence or military service. So you can see that this guy would be like a coordinator, I think, of sorts. So nothing too incriminating there. March 2001, a Richmond, Virginia District Office Special Agent observed Aaron Kadem trying to open the north side entrance to the Richmond DO. Special agent inquired as to Kadem's business. Kadem told the special agent that he was an Israeli art student who was selling paintings. The special agent alerted his acting group supervisor, who invited Kadem into his office, where Kadem was interviewed. Kadem was interviewed by the special agent and the AGS, later by a Henrico County business inspector. Kadem presented a Florida state driver's license and an Israeli driver's license. Florida. Right, there you go, the epicenter of the 9/11 operation inside the United States, along with Los Angeles. Kadem told the agents he did not have a passport with him. Kadem provided the following information. Kadem is an Israeli citizen, came to the United States with a group whose intention is to sell artwork. Kadem arrived in the country during November of 2000 in Miami, Florida, via Mexico. Kadem has visited several East Coast cities, including Miami, Plantation, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia. Kadem has been in Richmond, Virginia for about 1 week. Kadem was in the company of 5 other Israeli nationals in the Richmond area. They are females Limor Prolas, Shiri As, Orit Kemech, Shamit Mer, and a male, Kobe Buzaglo. And I look up this name, not much came up. He's the manager at the Municipal Association of Victoria in Australia. As you can see, not much here, folks. Not much here. Ace is one of the females who was solicited at the home of a local ATF agent. The group is lodging at the Econo Lodge, located at 6523 Midlothian Turnpike in Richmond, Virginia. Kadem plans on leaving Richmond on Tuesday, on March 13, 2001, via a flight from Newport News, Virginia, to Miami, Florida. Kadem will remain in Miami for a few days until returning to Israel via a flight out of New York City. Kadem said he did not realize that he was soliciting at a U.S. government office, said that he had no knowledge of the locations of any U.S. government offices in the area. Now, it didn't come to his attention that he's in a neighborhood that he doesn't know where he's going, doesn't know who he's seeing, but he's selling artwork. Now, look, I've dealt with sales, retail, especially outdoors. I delivered newspapers. I knew exactly where I was. Now, as for the apartments, I would go door to door, right? I didn't go to business, went door to door. Now here, they were going strictly to a business. What do you think the the Office of Technology was? It's not residence. He's old enough to know what a residential building is and what an office building is. Why is he trying to get inside? Door is locked. I mean, trying numerous times. Kadem also stated he did not have any knowledge of the addresses of any government employees in the area, even though some of them, not him, but some of them did. Now, some of them went door to door, but some of them went straight to the apartments of some of the people from the FBI and the DEA. One can only lead to conclusion that some of them had specific addresses to go. Kadem traveled in a van bearing the Florida license plate, blah, blah, blah. According to Kobe Buzaglo, his boss, had a cell phone number, and you could see it there. During the interview, the local ATF, FBI, INS, Henrico County Police Department, and the Henrico County Business Inspections Department were notified. The Henrico County Business Inspector Office Supervisor responded. The supervisor informed Kadem that he was in a misdemeanor violation of law and that he would have to appear in front of a local magistrate. At the request of the HCBI supervisor, Kadem was transported to the Henrico County Court, where Kadem was taken before a magistrate. Richmond DO obtained photographs and fingerprints of Kadem. INS verified that Kadem entered the country as a visitor on November 25th of 2000 in Miami, Florida, via Mexicana Airlines, that he was allowed to stay until May 24, 2001. However, he had no permission to work or solicit business in the U.S. because he had a tourist visa, probably. If you have a tourist visa, you need a work visa. If you have a student visa, you need a work visa, right? You don't get them. They're separate visas, separate applications, and lines of inquiry. Some take longer than others. So all of these art students violated the INS code of violating their student and tourist visas. They need a work visa. Can't solicit work because you have to pay taxes on the money that you solicit or come into that you come into contact with. But where was this money going? Was the money going to the operations itself? The morning of April 10th, 2001, at approximately 8:52 a.m., an individual entered Washington, D.C. DEA Field Division building at 801 I Street in Northwest Washington, D.C., and inquired as to the agencies and occupants housed in the building. This individual was probing for information. The guard informed the individual that the information was not to be given out. The individual was still insistent about the building occupants, which includes not only DA, but INS and Veterans Affairs. The Justice Protective Guard asked for ID, but the individual refused to show any. He was asked to leave. He appeared ready to write the information in a black portfolio he was carrying, of course. Go to these specific buildings, find out what you can, find out the layout, security. Is it active? Is it not? Are they paying attention? How many cameras? It's a huge operation. It's over 200, 250 people. And nobody talks about this. This is stunning. Makes you think. The individual was a white male, approximately 5'4" in height, weighed approximately 185 pounds, had gray hair with a receding hairline, wearing a gray shirt, gray slacks, and a black windbreaker. Special Operations Division. The Office of Investigative Technology had provided the following information. On Monday, March 19, 2001, Special Agent Jeffrey Berman's wife notified ST Unit Chief Louis Palambella of an incident which occurred at the Berman home the previous evening. Special Agent Palomella and Special Agent Howard Oberst interviewed Miss Berman at her home on Monday afternoon regarding the incident. Miss Berman relayed the following information to the agents. On Sunday evening, March 18, 2001, approximately at 8 p.m., an individual she described as a white male, 5'6", 5'7", with medium dark complexion, dark curly hair, dark eyes, and a prominent nose, came to her front door. The individual was wearing dark clothing and spoke with an accent, which she believed to be of Middle Eastern origin. The individual purported himself to be an Israeli art student and attempted to sell Miss Berman picture or paintings. Miss Berman noted that he had what appeared to be a small table or object leaning against his side. Miss Berman had virtually no dialogue with the individual except to tell him she was not interested and immediately closed the door. Miss Berman did not see what, if any, vehicle the individual was driving, but did see a white van drive by her house and make a U-turn down the street a short time later. Ms. Berman called the Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office to report the incident on a non-emergency line and noted that a marked police car made a tour of the neighborhood about 20 minutes after the incident occurred, long gone. During the interview, the agent showed Ms. Berman the photographs of the individuals who had been included in the security alert bulletin. Ms. Berman picked out the picture of Ohad Aharon as possibly being the same person who had come to her front door. Following the interview with Ms. Berman, the agents met with Lieutenant E.K. Lunsford of the Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Department. During the meeting, the agents informed the lieutenant of the incident at the residence and of the DA security alert issued by the Miami Field Division. The agents requested that the lieutenant brief the officers assigned to the area where the home was located and to provide extra patrol in the area at least until Special Agent Berman returned home from assignment. On April 11, 2001, at approximately 5 p.m., Senior Inspector Larry Lovelace was notified by Deputy Assistant Administrator John Sheridan that 2 Israeli art students were at a shopping center in Fredericksburg, Virginia. The 2 had visited a store owned by an employee at ST. Lovelace contacted Virginia ABC Special Agent Carter Wells, who contacted the Fredericksburg Police Department for assistance. Special Agent Wells and Officer Ed Medina of the Fredericksburg Police Department responded to the Gateway Village Shopping Center located on Plank Road in Fredericksburg, Virginia. They approached 2 females who were inside a coffee shop at the shopping center. Females were identified as Yael Gavish and Maria Balmas, who were carrying a homemade portfolio with several paintings. Gavish presented Israeli passport number 5013766, issued December 3, 1992. The passport has been renewed twice, with the current expiration shown as March 12, 2002. Special Agent Wells obtained color photocopies of pertinent pages of the passport, which were provided to Lovelace. She was described as a white female, date of birth October 3rd, 1978, blah, blah, blah. Other entries reflected in the passport are as follows. And you can see her travels. From 1992, Kenya, back to Israel. The Taba border in 1995, Haifa border in 96, Cyprus in 97, Israel in 98, 99, Amsterdam in 99, and, pretty much a traveler. Almost every 2 months. Balmas presented a New York State identification card, blah, blah, blah. She is described as a white female, blah, blah. The girls approached the shopkeeper in the shopping center and stated they were art students from a school in New York and were traveling across the country selling their artworks. They had several unframed oil paintings, which they were selling for $130 each. Shopkeeper asked if he could contact later to purchase paintings, and they replied no. Could not provide a telephone number for him to call. They left the shop and were seen going to other shops in the area. When interviewed by the Fredericksburg Police Department, the girls stated they had been dropped off at the shopping center and would be picked up later. Fredericksburg Police Department obtained Polaroid photos of the 2 girls. They were then observed going to a local restaurant where they sat and waited. At approximately 6:30 p.m., a white male, late 20s, dark hair, wearing bright orange pants. Who the hell would wear that? Met with the girls inside the restaurant. The white male left on foot and was followed several blocks until he entered a maroon-colored Ford van. Shop owner advised that the van circled the shopping lot for about 15 to 20 minutes. The shop owner stated that the van had New York tags. New York. In Virginia. What to make of it? I don't know. But that's the end of this episode. And I wanted to keep it short. And listen, everybody, Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you, and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.